Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I've got some serious speculation buzzing around the NFL, and it's centered on a potential blockbuster move that could send shockwaves through the NFC North and beyond. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers potentially adding Derwin James Jr., the dynamic safety from the Los Angeles Chargers. This isn't just some rumor floating around. It's gaining traction from top insiders like Diana Rossini and Adam Schefter, who are whispering that the Chargers might be willing to part ways with James in a strategic move to bolster their cap space and rebuild a bit after some tough losses. Right now, the Chargers are sitting at an 8-4 record, still in the playoff hunt, but they're also facing some financial realities. With only about $11 million in cap space projected for 2026, they're looking at their options. The word is they might be willing to trade James Jr., a proven game-changer on defense, for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's a huge asset for the Bolts, especially as they try to reload their roster post-Harbaugh and reassess their chances as a contender. The Chargers have allowed over 21 points per game in some of their recent losses, and with their current draft picks, it's clear they're prioritizing cap flexibility and youth development over staying aggressive with vets. But this isn't just about the Chargers. The Packers are in a position to potentially capitalize on this situation. They've been building a talented young defense, and adding someone like Derwin James could be the kind of move that elevates the entire unit. James is a hybrid safety, a true cheat code on defense. He's not just a guy who makes tackles, he's a game-wrecking presence, capable of covering in the slot, rushing the passer, and making game-changing plays all over the field. Over his career, he's racked up 478 tackles, 10 interceptions, and has been a force in the secondary since entering the league. In 2025, despite some injury setbacks, he still managed impressive numbers: 36 solo tackles, 31 assists, and 2 sacks in 12 games. His PFF grade consistently ranks among the best safeties in the league, and he's especially effective when rushing the passer, with a career sack total of 2-0 and 13-5 sacks in 2025 alone. The Chargers might be looking to free up some cap space, especially to prioritize protecting their franchise quarterback, Justin Herbert. They're allocating roughly $30 million to weapons in the passing game, and with their current struggles on defense, allowing over 220 passing yards per game, they realize they need to fix their secondary. They're also giving more importance to their offensive line, which has been a weak spot. So, moving on from a player like James, who commands a significant cap hit, makes sense if they can secure a high draft pick to bring in fresh talent and rebuild their secondary from the ground up. For the Packers, this potential move couldn't come at a better time. Their defense has been young but promising, allowing just 8 points per game, which is solid but still with room for growth. Getting a player of James's caliber would be a massive boost, especially in the secondary, where they've been relying on safety duo to generate turnovers. Currently, the Packers have 8 interceptions this season, but adding a player like James could increase that number significantly, by as much as 20% based on his history of creating turnovers. His ability to impact the game in multiple ways could push Green Bay's defense from middle of the pack to a top-tier unit, especially as they look to make a deep playoff run. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. Green Bay is sitting at an 8-3-1 record and leading the NFC North comfortably, but they're aware that to truly contend, they need to tighten up their defense. They've been a team that relies on solid fundamentals, good coaching, and opportunistic play, but adding a player like James could be the difference maker. Imagine him paired with the likes of Ruddy Ford and Darnell Savage, creating a hybrid safety tandem that would be reminiscent of some of the great defenses of the past, like the Woodson-Collins duo back in 2009. That era was a turning point for the Packers' defense, and the potential to recreate that magic is very real with James in the fold. Moreover, the Packers' defense has been a key factor in their success this season, but they're still vulnerable against high-powered offenses. The Lions, for example, are averaging over 280 passing yards per game, and that's a test for any secondary. If Green Bay can add a player like James, who excels at disrupting passing lanes and creating turnovers, it could give them a crucial edge in close games. Plus, with the NFC playoff picture tightening, every possession and turnover counts even more, and James's knack for forcing fumbles and intercepting passes could swing the momentum in their favor during crunch time. Of course, the potential acquisition also raises questions about the future of the secondary. The Packers already have some promising young safeties, but James's veteran presence and supercharged skill set would accelerate their development. It's a move that screams, win now, while also building for the long term. And let's not forget, the NFL is a league where game changers can come from unexpected places, and the Packers have shown they're not afraid to make bold moves. Just look at their recent draft picks and strategic signings. The odds for Green Bay to win the Super Bowl have already been moving, initially at plus 600, then jumping to plus 400, which shows that the sportsbooks believe they're in the mix. The division title is also within reach at minus 150 odds, but to really make a splash, they need to tighten up that defense and add some playmaking ability. A player like James could be the X factor that pushes them over the edge, especially as they gear up for the playoff stretch. The NFC landscape is stacked with talented quarterbacks like Jared Goff and others, but with the right defensive upgrades, Green Bay can neutralize some of those aerial attacks and be a nightmare for offenses. Looking ahead, the vision is clear. Imagine Derwin James in Lambeau Field, donning the green and gold, teaming up with the young talents on defense, echoing the kind of legendary back-end duos that have defined Packers' defenses in the past. This move could pave the way for a new era, one where the offense is complemented by a lockdown defense that keeps opponents from scoring and creates extra possessions. It's about setting up the franchise for sustained success, especially as they look to reclaim their place among the NFL's elite contenders. This potential acquisition also signals that the Packers are serious about maximizing their window of opportunity. With Jordan Love at quarterback, they've shown flashes of brilliance but need that extra edge to push them into serious contention. Adding a player like James not only boosts their immediate chances, but also sends a message to the rest of the league that Green Bay is all in on winning now. It's a bold move, but if it comes to fruition, it could be the kind of move that defines this season and the next decade of Packers football. And remember, the NFL offseason is just around the corner, and trades like this could set the tone for what's to come. The Packers have the assets, and if the Chargers are serious about rebuilding and cap management, this could be the perfect match. Of course, nothing is guaranteed until the trade is official, but the signs point to a very real possibility. Packers fans, this is the kind of move that gets you excited, potentially bringing a game-changing talent to Lambeau and making a statement that Green Bay is back in the hunt for Lombardi number 14. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in the end, whether this move materializes or not, it highlights the kind of bold thinking the Packers are capable of. They've been quietly building a roster that can compete with the best, and adding a player like Derwin James Jr. would be just the icing on the cake. It's about turning potential into reality, about making a statement that Green Bay is not just in the playoff picture. They're here to dominate. The NFC North is theirs to lose, but with some strategic moves, they could solidify their dominance for years to come. The defense needs that extra spark, and if the rumors are true, that spark might be just around the corner. Packers fans, hold onto your hats because this offseason could be one of the most exciting in recent memory. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.